What's the key to consistent leads? Well, I'll tell you. It's a content strategy built for businesses and not for influencers. Here's how to create a small business content marketing strategy. If content marketing feels overwhelming for you, then I've got a surprise for you. In this video, we're going to cover the 3 key things to building out a content marketing strategy for your business. As you're creating your content strategy, the first and most important thing is for you to map out your total customer journey. What this is going to do is it's going to help make it really clear where your marketing efforts are, your sales efforts, your fulfillment, and then those internal processes. From there, I think it is really important for you to dial in on your ideal customer. What are their pains? What are their problems? What is it that they're facing right now in order for you to be able to come in and relieve some of that pain? When it comes to creating content, another key point that I think is really overlooked by a lot of people is that instead of pain relieving, they are problem solving. Here's the thing. Any of our ideal customers are going to have a wide variety of problems that they could be facing. It is very challenging for you to become the problem solver. That role is very, very challenging to get out of versus a pain reliever. You are relieving temporarily a pain that your ideal customer is experiencing. So as you are creating your content, helping people to understand what their pains are and then how you, your brand, and your company relieve that pain is going to be paramount to creating content that converts. Now that you understand who your ideal customer is, what their pains are, and how you can relieve them. The second part is that I want you to get in and figure out what sales funnel am I driving them into in order to help relieve that pain. Some examples of sales funnels could be anything from webinars to mini courses to a video sales letter and so on. So as you're going through and creating your content marketing strategy, you'll want to know what it is you are driving your customer to. Are you driving them to a webinar? Great. Then as you are speaking to their pains and how you can relieve those pains, make sure that you are covering when the webinar is, the different parts that you're going to be talking about that would help relieve those pains, and you'll be able to create a more cohesive content strategy, understanding where it is that we are driving them to. Once you've identified your ideal customer, you've identified the sales funnel that you are going to be driving them to. Now it's time to choose the right platforms for you to build content around. What I mean by that is if you are going to be doing blog posting or writing an article for an online publication, then you want to know what that is and have that as a marketing channel. If your content channel is YouTube, then you know that you're going to be building video content, thumbnails, those types of things as part of your content marketing strategy. It's not a one-size-fits-all. You are going to want to choose a couple of different platforms. Also, choose the right platforms for your ideal customer. If your ideal customer is not on YouTube, then perhaps that is not the right place for you to choose as your #1 spot for building out a content marketing strategy. There are a lot of times when I am talking to somebody on the phone and they are telling me about their content strategy. And it usually includes posting 2 times a day, 5 days a week, and they're building out these massive content strategies that can feel very, very overwhelming. One of the key takeaways that I would love for you to pull from this video is that you don't need to plan out a content strategy that is so elaborate and feels unauthentic to you, your brand, and to your team. I would encourage you to build a content marketing strategy that is meeting with your actual schedule and what you are able to produce, as well as choosing the right platforms where your ideal client is going to be seeing your content. For some businesses, that's going to look like posting once a week. Some, it's going to look like having content that is available 3 to 4 times a week. It's also about the sales funnel that you are going to put them into and what it is you'd like to work with them on as time goes on. Again, the purpose of your content marketing is to get them to engage with your sales and your marketing funnel so that they can become a lead and a customer. Make sure to not overcomplicate. My final tip is for you to plan out all of your content and to repurpose as much of it as you possibly can. I am a big believer that simplicity scales and complexity fails. Keeping your content strategy simple and clear with a drive to a marketing and sales funnel that can convert them into a customer is going to make repurposing that content so much easier. You'll be able to take things like longer form content like a podcast or a blog and turn that into shorter things like a Reels or a YouTube short or possibly just a little quote. Repurpose and reuse as often as you possibly can. If you want to know a little bit more about creating a customer journey and understanding who your ideal customer is, I would encourage you to watch this video right here, and we dive into that as well as how to build out a sales funnel that converts. I look forward to seeing you in there.